The Future of Therapy, Component 3, Organizational Setting, Part 1. This section has been split into two different parts for its foothold in both corporate healthcare and continuing education. The first part, corporate healthcare, we're going to be talking about the industry of mental health. So, corporate healthcare for electronic mental health, since it's a new emerging field in the industry, is very small. Not a lot of practices of psychotherapists or counselors use it at all. The industry culture actually is considering it quite taboo at the moment, and it's very, very risky culturally um, to kind of base your practice off of mental health at the moment. So moving forward, the industry culture is going to have to be reevaluated within corporate healthcare to add mental health into or integrate it into the fabric of how corporate healthcare views electronic and mental health engagement. Next, the cost. Um, the cost right now, presently, for this material and engaging via online is actually quite cost effective. It reduces funding to actually project an educator or a therapist into a space to give them the proper training to reorganize corporate healthcare. So the cost, this is actually a benefit. This is one of the things that is going to drive the future of therapy is um, within the corporate sector. It's pushing this very cost-effective method into new realms. So as far as new strategies for the corporate healthcare, it's going to focus on going outside the box. As far as having the long term therapy and evidence based therapy that was spoken about earlier, these new strategies are going to actually help modernize corporate healthcare. So the future of therapy is actually going to be brought in through these different strategies. So being able to do significant amounts of research and observation and counseling through this electronic medium is going to be a very wonderful outlet and possibility for new strategies. Overall, that innovation of these steps and these different components of corporate healthcare for mental health, the innovation is going to be very fast, very quick, and it's been proven that since 2006, when mental health first hit the scene, innovation has been growing quickly in the industry, and it's been less than 10 years, and it's actually made quite an impact, even though it's considered taboo or culturally risky in the corporate healthcare sector. The Future of Therapy, Component 4, Organizational Setting, Part 2. Continuing education is going to play a very, very large role in the future of therapy. This is going to actually push this into offices and help it get past the taboo um, present culture that it has. Continuing education within this future of therapy is going to really be based off of training and training to educate our therapists and counselors to use this medium, to use the different resources available through mental health. And as far as training, it's going to be working with different offices and different groups of people and understanding how this medium can work to best suit you and suit your office and suit your clients. In the professional development realm of mental health and continuing education, it's going to have to be revisited constantly by peers, different psychoanalytical peers who want to review the material to continuously understand how this training for continuing education for psychotherapists will help them in their counseling practice. So it will definitely need to be in this realm of professional development that they move forward and analyze and build on the current state and abilities of continuing education. The last modern trends in continuing education are for the future of therapy. So there's very little continuing education available for therapists or educators who want to use or learn more about the future of therapy or integrating therapy into their current practice. There's some innovators who are trying to do this on their own and kind of self-teaching, um, but the modern trends is kind of building off of what's going on for the continuing education. So training, professional development, modern trends are going to play an great role in moving the organizational setting of this in the future of therapy. The future of therapy, component 5, program management. In this component, we'll be talking about the different aspects of the future of therapy and program management, what can be anticipated as far as what you need to understand as the future of therapy grows and the field grows. From program management aspect, the first big topic would be client disconnect, which has been a positive and a negative thing throughout the research. The program management, whether it's asynchronous, especially message boards, depression support groups, anxiety groups, vlogging, anything that is not done real time that will show a connection between the therapist and the client, there has been shown to be a very large disconnect. So, as far as the future of therapy, client disconnect is a very large problem and benefit. It seems that within the benefits, a lot more customers are willing to discuss their information with a message board or someone in a asynchronous fashion because it's not real time and because they don't feel judged. So ultimately, in program management for the future of therapy, we have to watch out for this client disconnect and learn how to harness this in a positive light and not use it in a negative light. Within program management, too, there's also supervision. So this can be the supervision of the therapist, the clients, the organizations involved, the groups, the different areas of whoever is going to look over the program. Um, for the future of therapy, as it grows, several outlets could happen. A nonprofit organization or a for-profit organization could be the body that harnesses the program management style of the field and the evolution of the future of therapy. Because as this medium grows, it's going to need certain rules and certain boundaries that will need to be monitored. You can also do this through self accreditation or self monitoring. Um, if you have each individual therapist or practice monitoring their self in their program management style, you can have a self form of accreditation. This will be in program management. This will be a very important aspect of the future of therapy as it grows and expands from each office to each group to into your living room and my living room and all the different rooms throughout the world using the electronic medium of mental health.